ones should I get her?
What? These are around her neck. It's different.
What do you think?
It's something different. They're orchids.
But she's had roses before.
Thank you, Lauren. It is now my great privilege to present the President of the University, Dr. John E. Worthen.
Honored guests, trustees, members of the faculty and administration, graduates, parents, and friends, it's my pleasure to add my words to this important occasion. It's a very special time for you who are graduating and for your families and friends, and we offer our warmest congratulations. I'm pleased now to introduce the platform party. Would you please hold your applause until all introductions? Douglas McConkey, Vice President for Student Affairs. Rupert Ravel, Student Trustee. Richard McKee, Executive Assistant to the President. Beverly Pitts, Associate. Don Shondell, retiring after 40 years as Professor of Physical Education and head men's volleyball coach, is carrying the university mace today. Ms. Alderdice. Thomas L. DeWeese, President, Board of Trustees. Provost Vanderhill. It's a real pleasure to have you all here today for this celebration. But the real honored guests at this and every commencement ceremony are those receiving degrees and their families and friends. Again, congratulations to each of you. During the last 80 years, Ball State has grown in stature as a place where quality classroom teaching is the foundation and distinguishing mark of the institution. Usually, people think of the strength of our undergraduate programs when they hear the phrase, a premier teaching university. That's been used to describe Ball State. But more and more, the powerful resources and personal learning that characterize Ball State are applied to the exceptional graduate programs as well. More and more, those who earn their master's and doctoral degrees from Ball State are taking those personal learning experiences into the marketplace, the laboratories, and their own classrooms, and profoundly changing the character and the face of the state and nation. Comparisons such as surveys done by news magazines are simply unable to identify the value that the Ball State experience adds to the impact that you can expect to make. I'm reminded of this each year while reading the statements of our graduates and what they say about their college experience. We survey them after they've been away from college for a time, and an overwhelming number of comments are very positive about the faculty, about the out-of-class activities, and the university as a whole. Some, of course, express criticism and have suggestions for improvement, but many were like this, quote, "I'm exceptionally proud to have graduated from Ball State University. Ball State gave me so much as a student. Now I wish to give something back," unquote. In the last 33 years, Ball State has become a comprehensive doctoral granting university with 7 academic colleges, over 125 academic majors, 77 master's degrees, and 19 doctoral programs, many with a national reputation for excellence. In recent years, we've become heavily involved in using technology to enhance teaching and learning. Over the past decade, we adapted the new technology and combined it with our heritage of personal learning. And you've been the beneficiaries. But if all Ball State did was to lead in the delivery of information using technology, we would be failing you and the citizens of Indiana. John Seeley Brown, director of Xerox Corporation's Palo Alto Research Center, wrote recently that, quote, "People don't become physicists by learning formulas any more than they become football players by learning plays. In learning how to be a physicist or a football player, you must know how to act as one, talk as one, be recognized as one. And you don't pick up those things in textbooks any more than you learn to talk like a native by studying grammar books. Learning involves inhabiting the streets of the community, whether it's physics or football." Of course, Brown is talking about being a part of a university community. One of the most important things we do, something that Ball State has always done well, is to help young people grow up by offering a personal learning experience. 18-year-olds don't grow up by sitting in front of a computer terminal. Instead, they must be brought together with people from other cultures, people from other backgrounds and interests, with other ways of looking at life and the world, and they must be given the opportunity to learn from each other as well as the faculty. Ball State does that by appointing professors who care about teaching and about their students' learning. We do it by providing modern classrooms, laboratories, and studios so that faculty can concentrate on teaching and students can concentrate on learning in groups small enough to allow for personal connections to occur. And we offer the support services that allow students to grow and to learn from activities outside of the classroom. Because of its heritage, Ball State is not just coping with the changes in education, but actually leading the way in bringing them about. You've had the kind of powerful resources available to students at a large research university, but also the personal learning that usually is found only at small liberal arts colleges. You've had the powerful resources that include the best faculty, the best technology, the best facilities available, and personal learning that includes small classes and access to individual faculty members. Many of you have had the opportunity to work directly with faculty on real research projects and to learn from your involvement with fellow students in the many out-of-class activities available. Indeed, we think you made a very good decision when you decided to enroll at Ball State 4 or 5 or 6 years ago. And we certainly hope you feel that way today. James Appleberry, president of the American Association of State Colleges and Universities, said that, quote, education provides the anchor that enables an individual to stand independently, develop the self-confidence to act responsibly, and adopt values that result in a willingness to lead effectively, act with integrity, and care for others, unquote. In the final analysis, if Appleberry is correct, and I believe he is, the things you've learned about independence, responsibility, leadership, and integrity will be very valuable to all of us. We're proud of the value Ball State adds to our state, and you can be proud of the difference this university has made in your lives. My challenge to you is to use the degree you earned here and the gift of personal learning that you received and look for ways to share what you've learned. The legacy of beneficence, the statue behind us, is as much a part of you now as the legacy that your family and friends have given you. Nurture it, practice it, pass it on. Again, congratulations and best wishes.
As the University of Minnesota, the City University of New York, Brooklyn College, and Northwestern. In 1990, you assumed the presidency of Chicago Purpose University for all people. You had, in your words, and I quote, a vision to move the university beyond the mere articulation of problems, and you implemented a $30 million expansion program, including the construction of the first residence hall and a multi-million-dollar technology infrastructure was increased, bringing it in line with the national average for public universities. Your ability to articulate and implement your ideas for improving the institution's 97-98 appointment as chair of the American Association for Higher Education and a presidential appointment to the steering committee for the Future program designed to encourage women and minorities to become full-time faculty members and its support of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. For your thoughtful vision, honor, welcome.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon Dolores Cross the degree of Doctor of Laws with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, and award you this diploma and testimony thereof, and present you the academic hood for this degree.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to read all this. No. Thank you very much for this honor, President Wharton. Thank you so much, students, parents, friends, faculty. It's a real honor to be here. But even more, it's an honor to participate in a ceremony which reminds you of the importance of giving something back and remembering who you are. Hope alive, and you're determined to give back. As I talk to these students and champion what institutions like Ball, we are creating our own apartheid here. We do this when we don't realize the impact of student funds to leveling a playing field and making sure that opportunities are there for students. So my hopes the wind done scattered. Snow has freezed me, sun has baked me. Looks like, between them, they done tried to make me stop laughing, stop loving, stop living. But I don't care. Like you, I'm still here. Thank you very much.
Ian Rowland for the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon Ian Rowland the degree of Doctor of Laws with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, and award you this diploma in testimony thereof, and present you the academic hood for this degree.
Thank you, President Worthen. It is indeed an honor and privilege to accept this honorary degree from this marvelous institution. My own relationship with Ball State University, as indicated in the introduction, is centered on the actuarial science program. As an actuary myself, for 40 years I have come to respect and appreciate the education of actuaries here at Ball State. In fact, Lincoln values the work of Ball State actuaries so much that over a third of the actuaries that work at our home office in Fort Wayne are graduates of Ball State. This far exceeds even the number from my alma mater, the University of Michigan. One of the things I'm most proud of is the role that I was able to play and our company was able to play in the establishment of the distinguished actuarial professorship here at Ball State. And we've been particularly honored to have that role filled by Professor John Beekman, who retired just 1 year ago. He has been a real credit to the actuarial profession and a credit to your institution. One of the things that Dr. Beekman has allowed me to do is come to this campus on frequent occasions to talk to the actuarial students. And as I indicated to a group last night, I think every business person ought to spend some time on a college campus and make sure that what you're saying is really relevant to students today. I know from my own experiences that I have learned probably more from those visits here to Ball State than I have imparted to the students. They have been truly worthwhile experiences for me. Add my congratulations to all of you who are graduating today from Ball State, and just give a couple of comments on the life that's ahead of you. First of all, make sure that learning becomes a lifetime priority for all of you, and that you regard your education here at Ball State as just the beginning step in a lifetime of learning. Our society today is changing rapidly, and learning is necessary if we're to keep up with it. Also, take an interest in your communities. It's up to you to make sure that the communities where you live are better places to live and work because you have been there. And I can tell you, as you look back on your life, as you age, you'll feel especially good if you can believe that you left your communities better places than when you found them. And finally, find balance in your life. Stop long enough to smell the roses. build a stable, loving family and a group of friends and enjoy them along the way. That will lead to a balanced life and extreme satisfaction in what you're able to accomplish. So again, thank you very much for this honor. I'm especially appreciative of it because of the regard in which I hold this fine institution. Thank you very much.